Hey guys, so in today's video we are going to be making an interactive trivia game. It's a bit more complicated, but I thought it'd be a really fun way to get familiar with some important concepts.
Hey guys, so today we will be making this trivia game. So basically, pretty much it will ask you a question and prompt you for the answer. So this one is what's the total number of dots on a pair of dice? So that's 42. So I type that in, hit enter, and it'll tell me whether or not I'm correct or incorrect. And this one asks, what's the tallest mammal, which is a giraffe, but say I typed in the wrong answer and I wrote chicken, which isn't even a mammal. Then it's going to say that, and it's not going to add one to my score. And then it will ask another question like, how many sides does a dodecahedron have? Which the answer is 12. So once I hit enter, it'll say correct. And then that's a little outro he'll give. So I only made this one have 3 questions, but when you're making it, you can have it have whatever number of questions you would like. So I'm going to show you how to make this. So if you want to make it, then keep on watching. Okay, so now I'm here on the Scratch website. I'm just going to go ahead and click the create button. And I'm going to start by getting my background and my host ready. So I'm just going to click choose a backdrop. And I'm going to scroll down to this one that says Spotlight, and I'm going to click on that. And then I do not want the Scratch Cat to be my host, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete him and click on the Choose a Sprite button. And I'm going to use that same blue dinosaur, but you can use whatever you want to be your host. That won't really matter for this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and click this guy and set him down right there. So now we are going to go to the Events tab, and we're going to grab the When the Green Flag is Clicked block. And I'm going to have my game start by him walking up onto the podium. So I'm just going to drag him into the corner like this. And then I'm going to go to the Motion tab, and I'm going to drag this, go to X position, Y position. And what's nice about this one is it'll automatically say wherever the sprite is. So if you don't feel like typing in numbers and trying to figure out where the sprite will be, you can drag it to wherever you want it to be on the screen, and it'll already be there, so you can just make it go there. So then I am going to go ahead and drag him onto the podium and figure out what position he'll be in at that moment. So that's going to be X24, Y7. So I'm just going to drag this over here and set that down for now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set up the variable that keeps track of the score. So we're going to go to the Variables tab, and I'm going to click on Make a Variable. I'm going to name it Score. And then I'm going to drag this Set My Variable to 0 and put it right there, except for you're going to want to click this little arrow and select Score so that it says Score up in the corner right here. So now when you click Start, it'll reset the score to 0 every time. And then I also want it to play music when he walks onto the stage. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this Sounds tab right to the right of the Costumes button. And I am just going to go to the bottom left-hand corner now where it says Choose a Sound. And I'm going to click the Dance Celebrate song, but you can listen to all of these sounds if that's what you want to do. But I'm just going to choose this one. And then once you click on it, it'll be in here, and you can just go back to your code. And then under the Sounds tab, it'll have whatever sound you just chose. So I'm going to click the Start Sound Dance Celebrate block and drag it right under here so that when he walks onto the stage, music starts playing. Oh wait, and this should be glide 1 second to X24Y7. My apologies for that. So I'm going to click the glide 1 second to that position so that he gets up and glides onto the stage. So at this point, you might want to test your project to see if you're in the right spot. So when you hit the green flag, this is what should happen. So it'll play the music and your sprite will walk up onto the stage like that. So now I'm going to start making it so that the sprite or the host of your trivia game introduces themselves. So we're just going to go over to the looks tab right here and drag this say hello for 2 seconds. So I'm just going to leave that one to say hello. And then this next one, I'm going to have the host introduce themselves. So I'm going to make this guy's name Danny. So I'm going to make him say, I am your host, Danny. Oops, Danny. Okay. And then I'm going to have him say, let's begin. Okay, for maybe 1 second. And then I'm going to have him say question 1, because this is when we're going to start writing in our question. And I'm actually going to drag over 2 blocks for later because I'm going to have 3 questions. So I'm just going to make this one say question 2, and then make this one say question 3. And we're not going to attach them to anything. We're just going to save those blocks for later. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have him ask the player a question. So we're going to go down to this light blue circle that says sensing. And I'm going to drag this ask what's your name and wait. So I'm going to drag one attached to here, and then I'm going to have 2 extras. Oops. I'm going to have 2 extra ones just like this. So I'm going to attach those underneath the question 2 and question 3 just so I have those ready to go. So my first question will be, what is the total number of dots on a pair of dice? And then you can plan out your second and third questions right here too. Just make sure you know what the answer is. So my second question will say, what is the tallest mammal? And then my third question will say, what is the total number of sides on a dodecahedron? Yeah, so you can make these questions whatever you want. You can make it a riddle. You could make math questions, whatever you're feeling. So now we're gonna have our program look at the answer that the person types in and decide whether or not it's correct or incorrect, and have your program do something based off of what the player enters. So what we're going to do is we're going to have an if statement, which is this little block that says if then, and make sure you have the one that also says else, because what this is going to do, we're just going to drag it in the middle right here. We're not going to attach it to anything for right now. So we're going to have this say if they answer the correct answer, which is going to go in that empty space right before the then it'll execute something for the right answer. So like when I showed you the program in the beginning, how it had the little ding and he said correct and it added 1 to your score if you typed in the right answer. But what if you don't type in the right answer? Well, that goes in the else spot. So what that's going to do is play the little snare drum noise for your wrong answer, and it's going to say better luck next time, and it's not going to add 1 to the score. So we're going to go over to operators, and we're going to use this block that says blank equal to 50, and we're just going to drag that right in here. And we're going to go back to sensing, and notice under the ask what's your name, the answer block, so we're just going to drag that into the empty space right there. And we are going to get rid of this 50 right here, because right here we're going to type in whatever the right answer to our question is. So say for the total number of dice, it'd be 42. For the tallest mammal, it'd be and for the tallest mammal, it will be a giraffe. And for the total number of sides on a dodecahedron, it will be 12. But we're just going to leave it blank for right now, because what we're going to do is we're going to type in the same if-else statement, and we're going to copy and paste it 2 more times for question 2 and question 3, because that's much more time efficient than dragging out all of the same blocks 3 different times. So what we're going to do is in the top of the if statement, it's going to be if they type in the right answer. So first we're going to get our little sound effect for the right answer. So we're going to go down to let me do that again. We're going to go down to this button in the very bottom left of the screen that says add extension. We're going to click on that, and then we're going to click on music. So then you'll have all these new blocks to play with. So for the correct answer, we're going to have it play the triangle for 0.25 seconds. So we're just going to drag that in here. And under this else is going to be what it's going to do for the wrong answer. So we're going to have it play the snare drum for the wrong answer. You can choose whatever sounds you want, but these just make the most sense to me, so I'm going to use these. And then if they say the right answer, we're going to have our host say correct. So I'm just going to drag that right in there and type correct, exclamation point. And then for the wrong answer, we're going to have our host say better luck next time. So I'm going to drag the same block underneath the else part of the block, and I'm going to say better luck next time. And then it also needs to do one more thing if they get the right answer, and what that is to add 1 to the player's score. So now we're going to go down to this variables tab and click the change my variable by 1, and we're going to change my variable to score, and we're going to drag that down into the space for them getting the correct answer. So now what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste this whole thing 2 more times to save time. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the orange part, and then on your keyboard you're going to hit Control or Command C, and then you're going to hit Command V, and another one should appear, and you're going to hit Command V 1 more time to paste another one. And we're just going to have those over here for right now. So now we're going to attach this to our question that says what is the total number of dots on a pair of dice. And if I'm ever going too quick for you, you can always go ahead and pause. And now I'm going to type the right answer in this little empty space. So you're going to do the same for your question. So I'm just going to go ahead and type 42 right in here. And now we're going to have it start the question 2 part. So now we're going to drag question 2 right down here, and another if statement that we've already left in here. So for the tallest mammal, the correct answer is giraffe. So I'm going to type in giraffe. And that's all you need to do for question 2. And then for question 3, you're going to drag down where you already typed question 3. And you're going to attach it underneath this if statement. And you can go ahead and scroll down and add your third if statement underneath question 3. And like I said earlier, you can always have whatever number of questions you would like. You can just copy and paste more of these if statements and add more of the, like, say, question 4, and then the ask, and then the if statement again. I'm just going to have 3 for today, but so I'm going to type in 12 because that's for the answer, because that's the total number of sides on a dodecahedron. So now you're done with the questions part. I know this looks overwhelming, but I know this looks overwhelming, but it's good practice. So now we're gonna have it do his little outro. So for his little outro, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the little song that he walked up to again. So we're gonna go to sound and we're gonna have start sound dance celebrate. And we're just gonna attach that to the bottom of this if statement. And now I'm gonna go to looks and I'm gonna have the host tell the player what their final score was. So in this block, I'm going to drag the say hello for 2 seconds down and attach it underneath the start the sound dance celebrate. And I'm going to type your final score was. And then I'm going to drag another say hello for 2 seconds block and attach it to that. And instead of typing something in here, this is really cool. You can go to variables and you can drag score right in here. And you can have it say score for 2 seconds. So he will say whatever score the person playing the game got. And then I'm just going to have him say thanks for playing. So I'm going to drag another say hello for 2 seconds and I'm going to type thanks for playing. And then I'm just going to have it stop all of the sounds that are playing. So I'm going to go to sound and I'm going to drag this stop all sounds block. And we're done. So now you can make it full screen and you can hit the green flag. So you can just test it out, make sure that your program works correctly. So I can type in the right answer right here and hit enter and see that that works. And then for question 2, I can just type gobbledygook and hit enter and see that he says better luck next time and the wrong answer sound plays and that the score doesn't increment by 1. And just make sure that all of those things are working correctly. And then I'm done. So I can go to share and then I can give my project a title. So I can say, let's play trivia. And I can always give instructions on how to use it. So just type in the right answer and whatever else. And then you're just going to go down here and click copy link and then copy the link and send it to whoever you'd like. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed this one.